Hello everybody, my name is Slimmy Snails, and this has been a long time coming. Like, months and months of time. I don't know why it took me so long to do this video. Actually, fun fact, I did previously record this video, but I didn't like it. I don't know why I just didn't like it. It was like an hour worth of footage. So I deleted it, but then I never picked it up again. So today, I'm finally being able to pick up the first part of my CD collection. It's smaller than my record collection, way smaller. So I think I'm max going to have like at least 2 parts, maybe 3 parts. We'll see. But yeah, it's finally time for me to show you my CD collection. But yeah, let's start with these CDs right here. So the first CD I got right here is Billy Wood's Terror Management. Actually, the next CD too is Elucid Save Yourself. So I got these CDs in 2021. Before like every CD in the website, before like every single Billy Woods and Elucid CD would sell it immediately. I'm surprised they even still had this on the website. This album came out in 2019, this one in 2016, so I'm surprised that they still had this on the website. Of course, they sold out after I bought them, but it's so cool that I was able to get them, because, dude, one of my favorite albums of all time. This influenced me so heavily, and it's one of the most best, amazing albums. And this album is an underrated classic. I love it so much. It's so different and unique, and people should listen to this Billy Woods album more often. Next one I've got is Khalees's Wonderland, Japanese edition, boy. I don't know why I got this on Japanese edition. When it comes to cool obi, so that's pretty cool. But I love this album so much. Probably my favorite Neptune's production ever. You may be asking, what? But I think this album is so cute, man. I love it so much. It's just all the production's amazing. Khalees is obviously amazing. Favorite Khalees record. Favorite Neptune beats of all time. It's just, I love this album so much. Underrated as hell though. Y'all should listen to this more, because y'all are missing out. I love this album. This album changed my life. And then, speaking of the Neptunes, I had a crazy phase of the Neptunes at the beginning of this year. So I got almost all of like their albums. I'm just gonna do like a drive-by of like a bunch of Nerd, Pharrell, and Neptune's albums. We got first one, In Search Of, classic album. I don't need to explain much, you probably already know about it. It's a classic album, it's so amazing. But then, if you don't talk about the second album, which I love this second album so much. People say they don't like it or they hate it. It's a different sound, but I kind of love it. My dad hates this album because he's a non-believer. I'm just joking. But it's a different sound, but I love it. It's kind of weird in that way. And you know, it's just him branching out into new areas. I love it. This album also changed my life too. It like reflipped my brain. But then I got another. I got this at the same time as I got Khalees's Japanese edition. This is a single for Maybe, which is on the last album. And it comes with a different. I also got this because it is a Native Tongues remix. She Wants to Move, which is one of my favorite songs. It has that as Common, Mos Def, De La Soul, and Q-Tip on the same track. I mean, he's Pharrell, of course he can do that, but it's amazing that he got all the people on it. And it's an amazing track. This is just a single, but it has like 6 songs on it. It's a must-have. Japanese exclusive. It's a must-have. Then actually, this is my favorite Nerd project. You might be asking, why is this your favorite Nerd project? People don't really like the later releases, like they like the older releases. But I love this so much because it combines everything they're doing previously. It combines the more electronic production with the guitar work and the more. It has one of everything. And the most craziest production I've ever heard that the Neptunes have done. Just crazy instrumental, crazy compositions. It's just, I love this so much. I love this record so much. I think it is my favorite Nerd record. I gotta find a better way of disposing these CDs, because I've been throwing it right in front of me, and it keeps tipping over my phone, so I gotta stop doing that. But of course, I got the classic Pharrell in my mind. What I want the prequel to this. Because I can get it on CD. I've been meaning to get a prequel to this album, because I love that one too, but I love them both equally. I can easily get it on Discog. I think they're selling it for very cheap. I want to get it, and it's just the prequel's amazing, and then the actual album is dope as hell too. And then I got the Neptunes clones. It sounds like it's a compilation of a lot of tracks that they produced up to this point. It's a double CD. The first CD is the actual album, and then it comes with a little movie, sort of. And it's very fun. I played it on my PS4. It's fun as hell. I love it. I love double CDs. I love double CDs. Next batch of tapes. 666 Mafia's Underground Volume 1. Another album that changed my life. When I first heard this album, I was amazed at the production, by all the... It's just such an amazing album, even though it's like a bunch of B-cuts and unreleased tracks. They finally just reissued this on vinyl, which I kind of got mad because I bought this before the vinyl came out. But I'm still happy to own this regardless, because this album is the one that changed my life, and I love it so much. Then we got 2 System of Downs. I don't steal this album, and their first album. Unfortunately, I didn't steal this album. I couldn't. The person who had it, like, took the CD out, and so I had to ask him for the CD. I mean, I could have just ran away and took the CD, but he was trying so hard for me not to steal this album. So I'm terribly sorry to everyone. People don't like this album. I don't understand you if you don't like it. I think it's pretty cool. I really like it. A lot of songs I do like. And then this one, the first album, I love this album too. I'm almost done with my System of a Down collection. I think I just need 2 more. I think you saw the one on vinyl I had in my vinyl collection. Love System of a Down, and one day I'm gonna complete the collection. Then with the sister, we got Deftones. Another album that changed my life. And we're just doing back-to-back albums that changed my life. There's a lot of albums that done that, you know. I listen to so much music that so many different albums shape who I am and what music even I make and which person I become. This is another album that changed my life. Probably my favorite Deftones. This is my favorite Deftones. It's a mix between The White Pony, Diamond Eye, oh my god, that glare! I'm gonna kill that glare! Also, Koi no Yokan is an amazing Deftones release too. Amazing. I love it. It's freaking jam-packed, like non-stop, like going crazy with the guitar. This is an amazing album too, which I love them as well. Then this is my friend's release called, his name is Brainweight, and his album's called Fader. This is actually the test release of the album. So this is released before the album came out. It was a limited supply. I got it. Came on some really cool little circular capsule. I don't know what you call them. I'm terribly sorry. Let me know in the comments. I got to listen to it before the album came out, and it felt really cool. And it's an amazing album nonetheless. You should get this on CD. Because there's like actual release. There's an actual release of it, and you should listen to it. It's an amazing album. I think it came out in 2021 or 2022. One of them years. But Brainweight is an amazing producer, and this album is phenomenal. Then I got this rare, I don't know how rare it is. I just got this My Bloody Valentine EP. I love it so much. I want to get it on vinyl, but I saw this at the record store, you know, Sibline, and when I get everything at. So I saw this at Sibline, and I shit my pants, because I've been wanting this for ages. I love this EP, one of my favorite My Bloody Valentine EPs, and I love this album. I love this EP so much. And then my stepfather gave me this CD, because I told him I was into The Caretaker, and he said, oh, I got this rare The Stranger CD, and this one's really cool. Probably more palatable than a lot of Caretaker, because even though I love Caretaker and I have a lot of Caretaker albums, it's sometimes really hard to listen to ballroom music. Even though I love jazz, but not that type of jazz. I'm more like free jazz, funk jazz, fusion jazz. I love jazz like that. But listen to ballroom music, maybe I can get into one of these days. But this one is more electronic and ambient, and I really like this. This one is really cool. I got this AJ Suede at an AJ Suede show. At an AJ Suede show. What happened was, he actually had another CD that I really wanted, but it sold out. Like, the people who were in front of me got it and sold out. So I was like, damn. But I still want to show my love for AJ Suede, so I bought this without even listening to it. And it's pretty nice, really nice. It's a great album to listen to, and I'm glad I have it on CD, because AJ Suede is just amazing. Any album you get, he's just an amazing guy. No matter what album you listen to, they're all good. And speaking of which, I got the album that I wanted later on, and because it's still being sold online. I'm surprised it's not sold out, because the album sold out on vinyl. But I got this on CD later online. Shout out Fake 4, being a record label. And this one's amazing. It's a classic. People talk about it all the time online. Probably seen this album cover. Enough said, it's a classic album. People say they hate this album, and I'm like, why? I really like this, because it's Kid Cudi doing a new thing. He's doing his own production, and you gotta give that some credit. You know, it's this guy trying to do his own thing. It's weird, and I love it. It takes a long time to listen to. It's a long-ass album, but I think it's worth it, and I love this album so much. I think this is my first ever mic. Shout out Mike. Went to a show this year. I didn't get this at the mic show. I got this probably in 2021. My first Mike album that I have. It's an amazing little EP. It's just nice to have. It's nice. I've been trying to grow my mic collection. I got a decent size now. It's one of his earliest releases, so it's a little bit more experimental, but still fun nonetheless. Enough said. We all know this album, Channel Orange. My only official Frank Ocean album that I have. Got this on the Target online store. I was surprised that they're still selling it, even though it's in the shrink wrap. Amazing classic album. I'm glad to have it on CD. Millie Mac, Millie Mac. Love this Mac Miller release. One of my favorite Mac Miller releases ever. I was so excited to get on CD, because getting on vinyl when I got it was kind of rough, because it wasn't being sold that often. And I remember listening to this all the time in freshman year. This album was the soundtrack to my freshman year of high school. People don't like this album. This is Tyler the Creator's Cherry Bomb. This is one of the ultimate cover arts. People say they hate this album, and I say, you don't like people having fun, do you? You don't like people experimenting, do you? You don't like it when people go step out of their own comfort zone and make music that, that inspires them. I love this album. It does, flip-flop different genres, but I like it. I love it so much because it sounds like my brain. My brain is flip-flopped so many different times. So when I listen to this album, it's like, oh, this album understands me because this is what I feel like in my brain. Probably one of my favorite Tyler the Creator projects ever. Controversial statement to say, but I love it so much because it's so experimental. But then going experimental to this is one of the albums of all time. Like, I'm gonna show you, and like, everybody knows this album, Tupac's freaking classic album ever. The double album, so it's a double disc. Got this in this crazy amazing digipack. Amazing album. Sometimes it can be a little too long, so sometimes some tracks it's like, okay, this is getting a little too long, but still an amazing album to have. It is essential to actually have this album. Cultural impact, like, for many years. Rest in peace, Tupac. He's one of the coolest people ever. I fucking love him to death. So tragic that he's not here today, but his music still reigns supreme. And yeah, enough said. It's a classic album. And I do need more of my Tupac collection too, because this is the only one I have. Next batch. Sorry if I've been going so fast with CDs. It's just like I'm trying to restrain on time. It's only been 17 minutes by the time I'm recording this. So let's just get to it. Mobb Deep, Hell on Earth. This is my only Mobb Deep CD, and I want more Mobb Deep albums. I love this one specifically. It's the third album. It's great. A lot of different type beats. It's just, this album, even though it says Hell on Earth, this album is cold as hell, and it might just freeze you alive. This album is amazing. Classic album. Mobb Deep are one of the best groups of all time. Enough said. Here's my bootleg Earl Sweatshirt albums. This is before I got my CD duplicator I have in the back. Or I should say my CD burner. So I got these bootleg CDs, but nowadays I'll probably bootleg them myself. But it's cool because they come with their own little, their own little designs. It's nice for a bootlegger, even though I kind of paid a little bit too much for this. I paid like, what, $17 only on like 10 minutes of audio. They could have put more in the CD, because I remember some people, at least on SoundCloud now, they'd like put Solace and then other unreleased Ultra tracks together, so it's kind of like an album. But nonetheless, I'm glad to have these on physical, because I think I've completed my Ultra collection. Bootleg or not, I think I got everything in Ultra. I needed to double check that, but I think this completes it. I don't gotta explain anything for this next album you're about to see. Another cultural phenomenon that has inspired so many other people. One of the best albums of all time. Oh, I'm gonna say actually, I listened to this album first when I bought it on CD. I went to a flea market, like a record flea market, had a bunch of different record vendors, and it was like $3. So I was like, hell yeah, $3 for an amazing album. First time I listened to it was when I bought it on CD. Amazing album, I love this to death. This is a classic. This is my friend's album. He burned it on CDR, and this is what influenced me into burning CDRs. Yeah, he burned this on CDR himself, and it's a CD exclusive. It's an amazing ambient piece. My bro, we just did an album together that's been out for a little while, and he's an amazing ambient producer from Louisville. Amazing to be able to connect with him and make albums with him, and we got more plans coming soon. I got these while I was in Germany and Europe. Bjork albums! I want more Bjork albums. These are the only ones I have, which is kind of depressing because I love Bjork. She's a musical genius, and I need more of her albums. I especially love Vespertine, my favorite one, probably a lot of people's favorite ones, but these ones are nonetheless classic, and I'd love to have them on CD. I love Parliament Funkadelic so much. Favorite funk group of all time, the best funk group of all time. This is actually my favorite Parliament album of all time. But what sucks is that there's a skip on this one. But it's just like one skip. I can go past it on my CD, but it still sucks nonetheless. And this one has no skips, and I love it so much. I'm so glad to have it on CD. It's just an amazing album. Q-Tip's first solo album. There's a lot of drama that happened and that culminated in this album and the last two Tribe Called Quest albums, but still classic nonetheless. A lot of classic songs on this, a lot of classic JD production, a lot of classic Q-Tip production. I love it. Turns 25 this year, and it's amazing even though all the drama that's happened in the culmination of this album. Primus's Pork Soda, probably one of my favorite Primus releases. This is more like an easy digestible album than a lot of other Primus records. I suggest if you want to get into Primus, listen to this one first and listen to the other ones. Nice album, glad I got it. Sibline Records, I love you. Oh, we're just going back to Sibline. Got his Dinosaur Jr. album, Sibline Records, classic Dinosaur Jr. It's just an amazing album. So you gotta also start with this one too to get into it because this one's from the classic. Also, another My Bloody Valentine. We got this EP. I think it's the Glider EP. This is off the EP that was for Loveless. It's very experimental, very weird songs on here, but I love this nonetheless. I want to collect every single My Bloody Valentine EP because My Bloody Valentine only has like 2 or 3 albums. I love it so much, my favorite groups of all time, and I want to collect all the EPs because it's so much love to collect with the albums. Last bundle of CDs right here. We're almost done with the collection, and good time. It's 23 minutes right now, so the video will probably be around 20 minutes long. Next year, Random Moon Springs. People don't like this album. I like it. I think it's cool. The Cure continue. I think they had like an amazing run ever since 1985 to 1996 is when this came out. Amazing run of records. You can. I'll probably correct myself if it was sooner, but they just did like back-to-back hits. I think this is probably the last album that was concluded an era of them. But I do like the albums afterwards. It doesn't hit the same as their run. Another classic hip-hop album that turns 25 this year, Black Elvis, Lost in Space, Cool Keith, amazing album. I got this for an amazing price, and there's only one skip on here, but again, I can go past that, and this is amazing. So glad to have this. This is a must-have for every hip-hop listener and for every hip-hop collector. Such an amazing thing to get in my collection. I'm so happy. When I got the Lauryn Hill, I also got Wu-Tang Forever. This is another double CD. Got this for $3 too. And not my favorite Wu-Tang release. I do have, sometimes it can be a little too long. There are some good songs in here though. But I still love to have it. It's an amazing thing to have. Even though it's not the best. It can be better. But there's a lot of good, great moments and good songs in here. Miles Davis, come on. My favorite era of Miles Davis was the 70s jazz fusion era. We got Bitches Brew and we got Live. These 2 albums are amazing. I want to collect more in the 70s era, but for some reason jazz records are so expensive. Oh my god. I love this era. I love these 2 albums. They're both double CDs because the albums are so long, which is pretty cool. Like I said, I love double CDs. Speaking on that fusion tip, we got another Herbie Hancock, fusion era jazz. One of the best albums of all time, influenced so many different other albums, and this is just, you've probably seen this album cover everywhere. Classic for a reason. Herbie Hancock, one of my favorite jazz musicians of all time. Favorite musician of all time. Oh my god. Genius. His whole career. I mean, same with Miles Davis. Herbie Hancock, Miles Davis, whole career did nothing but hits. Speaking of Tribe Called Quest in that era, we got Tribe Called Quest: The Love Movement. I think I'm almost done my Tribe Called Quest collection. I think I need 2 more, each by my life. The newest one, 2016 one. I do like this album, even though a lot of drama were happening with this album. Although it can get a little bit long a few times, I still like this, and I'm glad to have it on TV. Next, so I'm not the biggest Jay-Z fan. I've actually grown to kind of not like him, but everybody in the hip-hop community is in unison about his first ever album, Reasonable Doubt. And yes, I don't think he's ever made an album better than Reasonable Doubt afterwards. There's so many to talk about Jay-Z. It's like, there's a whole story about how just Jay-Z in relationship with the hip-hop landscape, and we can go in for hours about that. There's many video essays about that. But I just want to say, I love this album. amazing. When I first heard this album for the first time, it also changed my life, and I was so glad to get this because this is also kind of rare. This is kind of rare release to get. So when I saw this at Sibling Records, I was like, oh my god, yes! I suggest every hip-hop listener to listen to this album. This is probably the most hip-hop album of all time. An amazing release, but Jay-Z after that, kind of questionable. Another album by my friend, Virgil Wolf, Before the World Wakes Up. They released this in 2017, and this is a cute-ass release. I love it so much. Everybody should listen to it. It's very underground. Buy it on CD, but I really like this. I really like this album. It's a nice album. You know, I love collecting albums by my friends. It just feels so much more personal than my whole music collection. It's just such a nice feeling. But we are finally coming up on the last 2 CDs. I know I kind of speed ran it, but by the time I'm recording, it's only 30 minutes. You know, that's just me trying to hurry up. But here we are, the final 2 CDs in this part's collection. This is one of the first CDs I've ever gotten. I started my CD collection, which is Outkast's Aquemini. Amazing album. I loved it throughout, you know, the years. It's gotten better over time, each listen, and this is a classic album. It's amazing, an amazing release. And I feel like every hip-hop listener should listen to this album as well. Classic, 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 classic. I've really got nothing else to say about it because it's just classic. That's all I'm going to say about it. I know I'm notorious for calling every album a classic, but this, you gotta give it credit. Then, our last album to finish off this part's CD collection, The Smashing Pumpkins, Melancholy and Infinite Sadness. Another double album. I almost took the freaking paper out that. I am not the biggest fan of Smashing Pumpkins, but I do enjoy this album because it's classic. It's just they really like locked in and just like, cause they made this album, like I think the last one 1994 or like maybe 1993, and then this 1995, and they just really locked in for that 1 year and made a double album. It's such a classic, so many good songs on here. And this is another double album. Sometimes the double albums can get a little too long, but I do enjoy this one till the end. A lot of great songs in here, and you can pick a lot of singles off if you can't listen to the full thing. So yeah, that was the first part of my CD collection. Next collection, I'll get into these ones and the ones you can't see over there. Thank you everybody for sitting through this video and just looking at my CDs with me, you know what I'm saying? Just trying to, you know, just show off my collection, because collecting albums physically is such an important thing to me since I love music so much. My favorite thing in the world. I mean, you can probably tell. You can probably tell. I love listening to music more than I like listen to my own goddamn self. So, even though I do make music myself. But yes, thank you so much for watching this video. I know it's on the longest side, but you know, I wanna document my whole collection, just somewhere where I can look back and be like, yes, this is what I have, without having to, you know, reach in for it. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see each and every single one of you in the next CD collection. Peace.